Okay, so episode 2, and before we get into it, someone in the comments last week asked me, are you ever going to actually answer the question in the title, Veda, have you married? Not yet, still not yet. But today's episode is actually going to explain part of why. I want to talk about something that gets praised constantly, and I actually think it's kind of a problem. I'm talking about being independent, being the person who doesn't need anyone, the one who says, I'm just really good on my own, I don't need a relationship to be happy. And look, sometimes that's true, but a lot of the time, and I mean a lot, that's not independence. That's avoidance wearing a really good outfit. So there's this attachment style, avoidant attachment, and it doesn't look like what you'd expect. It doesn't look like someone who's scared of love. It looks like someone who's really, really put together, successful, busy. Says things like, I just don't have time for a relationship right now. And on the surface, that sounds healthy, self-sufficient. But underneath it, a lot of the time, it's actually a nervous system that learned really early on that needing someone was dangerous, that relying on people leads to disappointment, so the safest move was to just stop needing anyone at all. And here's the part that's going to sting a little. If you find yourself pulling away the second someone gets close, if intimacy makes you want to run, if you'd rather be alone than risk being let down, that's not you being strong. That's you being scared, just really well disguised. I used to wear my independence like a trophy. I used to think I don't need anyone, and I said it like it was a personality trait. But when I actually got honest with myself, it wasn't that I didn't need people. It's that needing people had gone badly for me before, so I decided I just wouldn't do it anymore. That's not healing, that's just a really convincing way of protecting yourself from getting hurt again. And the tricky thing about avoidant attachment is it actually attracts people, because there's something magnetic about someone who seems like they don't need you. It feels like a challenge. It feels like winning them over would mean something. But chasing someone who's avoidant isn't romance, it's just another version of that slot machine we talked about in episode 1. You're not being pulled in by love, you're being pulled in by inconsistency. So if this is you, and honestly, if you're still watching, it probably is a little bit, here's the thing I want you to sit with. Needing someone isn't weakness. Wanting closeness isn't losing your independence. The goal was never to need no one. The goal is to be with someone and still feel safe enough to need them. So no, Veda still hasn't married, but I'll tell you this, it's not because I don't want to, it's because I spent a long time convincing myself I didn't need to, and calling that strength. Turns out it wasn't strength, it was just fear with really good branding. I'm Veda, and this has been the stuff nobody else wants to say out loud. If this one hit a little too close to home, you already know who needs to hear it too. Go send it to them. I'll see you next week.